the Niger Delta self-determination movement, we must be focused on one thing, and that is how do we change our situation and our circumstances. And the only way we cannot be restructured is not telling the truth. Nigeria can be restructured. So having put this on the burner this morning, the narrative therefore for us in the Niger Delta, bottom line, is that the governors, the incoming governors of the Niger Delta region, of the states of the Niger Delta, must know that we have demands. The electorate have expectations from them. The senators must know that we have expectations from them. And we, the people, must be determined to follow through on these expectations. Having established that, the federal government must know that we have expectations and that we have legal rights and constitutional rights to pursue these expectations and get these expectations justly and fairly. And you and I are going to be the drivers. You and I are the only drivers, actually, of this. The governors are there to do what we say we want. We will tell them what we want. Our senators are there to do what we want. Our House of Representative members are supposed to do what we want. So the key is to ask ourselves, what do we want? It is not about politicians looking at themselves after 4 years of battling themselves, fighting themselves. It is not about the politicians making up and forgiving each other. That's their business. Those things are personal. They have nothing to do with water in my community. They have nothing to do with electricity in my community. They have nothing to do with cleaning the environment. They have nothing to do with education, healthcare. These are issues between personalities and political parties. What should be of interest to us is not whether one political party is making up with another political party. That is not our interest. You and I, that should not be our interest. If we allow that to be our interest, nothing is going to change. What is our interest are those changes that we want. What are those changes that we want? The changes that we want is restructuring. When we have restructuring on the ground, it doesn't matter who is not talking to who. It doesn't matter who is sleeping in whose house. It is what I get. It is what you get. Do we have electricity? Do we have healthcare? Do we have security? These are the things. And if these people all over Nigeria, from Abuja to the Niger Delta, are making up, we didn't fight them. They fought themselves. So if they are the ones making up, it's good for them. Let them make up. But what is our benefit in their making up? This is the question we should be asking. This is the question we should be asking ourselves. And the problem is that the people who are considered followers, you and I, are not actually followers. We are the leaders. We are the people that own the powers. And therefore, these people are going to have to do what we want. If we don't see that as our right and therefore our responsibility to pursue, then today is the 1st of May. Mark it somewhere that you will recall this day, that the line of thinking and thoughts that Ann Q had shared with you today. 1, the issue of who won the presidential election must be resolved. it is not yet resolved. 2, whichever way it is resolved, whether it is the way you and I expect it or it is not the way you and I expect it, it should not interfere with what we must do for ourselves today and tomorrow in the Niger Delta region. And 3, it doesn't matter what political parties. I truly, personally, I have no regard for political parties, because I know people who have moved from one political party to the other, that they have become members of 3-4 different political parties. So really and truly, for me, it's not political party, it is the person. And if you have no trust in the person, then the person cannot serve you. And if the person is in a place of power and authority that is going to affect my today, your today, my tomorrow, your tomorrow, our today and our tomorrow, our children's tomorrow, if these people are in position of power to affect us, then we must make sure that while political parties are making up and members of political parties are making up, that they are not using us to make up. That they are not using us to make up. That we are not the grass under their feet. Because we must keep our eyes open and our ears open. We must hear what they are saying and we must see what they are doing. If we fail to do this, we can't even blame them. We cannot blame them, because we can see and we can hear what is going on all over Nigeria. And the fact that Alhaji Atiku has taken the stand that he has taken, for me, it is commendable, but it is an obligation that he owes people, because people died to vote for him. People were killed in Rivers State. People were killed in my community. People were killed. They can never come back. And any compromise, any any reconciliation that does not take into account the fact that people were willfully killed because they wanted to exercise their democratic powers, powers, their democratic rights to vote for a candidate of their choice. The fact that properties were destroyed in Rivers State, people were killed in Ogoni, people were killed in Ikwere land, people were killed all over the place, that politicians are making up today does not bring those people back that they were killed. And the fact that these people were killed will never go away while politicians are making up. And the issues, therefore, of the people that were killed must be addressed in the process of that making up. You cannot, from Abuja all the way down, whether whichever way the presidential election is resolved, it must take into account, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar must take into account that it was in the process of wanting to vote for him that people were killed in Rivers State, people were killed in Akukutoru, people were killed in Ogoni. He cannot forget that. In Rivers State, in Niger Delta, in Bayelsa, all over where people were killed, in Akwa Ibom, it cannot be disregarded by the governors of those states after the 29th of May that people were killed. While politicians are sitting down and making up and politicizing and planning for 2023, they must remember that there are people who will never be able to see 2023 because they are politicians. All of these things are facts and they are realities. And no politician should think that they are insulated from this type of thinking that is being projected. We must work together. If people are sorry for what they have done, we should see that they are sorry. It should be demonstrated. It's not just something that people will say and then we accept. No, we must see it in the demonstration, in the way River State is governed, in the way River State is treated at federal level, in the way the Niger Delta is governed, the way the Niger Delta is treated at federal level, and by the people of Niger Delta who are in support or who are working with the present government of Nigeria. So basically, having put that on the burner, having put that on the table, I will call out the lines. The first line is 081 885 88155, and the second line is 080 9289 5620. So that's it. Well, definitely the truth must be addressed. This is our state and we have a right to express ourselves. This is our region. We have a right to express ourselves. We have expectations and we must have them fulfilled. Hello? Hello? Okay. All right. So that is it. What we must do is play the role of the electorate, and this is the role of the electorate. We must say what we want, and this is what we want. Hello? Okay. And this is what we want. We must be part of the process. It is not exclusively for a few people who will sit down somewhere and decide and agree on which way forward, and then come out and tell us this is the way forward. If we don't agree with that way, we must let them know that we do not agree with that thinking. Hello. 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 Speak up now. Hello. Hello. Okay. All right. So, well, I do hope that the topic was not too. But I quite honestly, I mean, this is a topic that I believe we have to embrace. We have to discuss it. Because the 29th of May is fast approaching, and the way it is looking from where the Niger Delta is like, well, let's move on. But even that be the case, like I've said, whoever is the president of Nigeria or whatever is agreed to by the 29th of May, it should hello. It should not take away hello, good morning. Please, you have to speak up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I want to say that the issues you raise are quite interesting. I think we should put away politics from issue for the time. I think part of defense and
I can't hear you. We really can't hear you very well.
Hello?
Hello, go out.
Yes. I'm saying that we should divert politics from the Niger problem.
Yes.
Because I think that people problem, I think the presidential election,
yes,
has much to do with the Niger situation.
Yes.
The Niger presidential movement is quite commendable and it must go on.
Yes.
but that's nothing to do with whether who becomes the president.
Yes.
That's what I want to see that state.
Thank you.
Go on. So that was not to do with that.
Thank you.
People is coloring it in politics.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Okay. That's comforting because I've always believed the Niger Delta self-determination movement since its formation in 2014 have always believed that. Hello. Hello. Yes. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
My name is Sudan. I'm calling from Rivers State.
No, where in Rivers State?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. What's your point, please?
Hello.
Hello, what's your point?
Okay, I want to comment on the message that President Kill is giving out now. We all know that history has before us and that what I just coming to because our politicians pay all of too much. That is one of the reasons. And then if you look at what perspective of difference, you could notice that even for the whole time, when we are on agriculture, 50% of the owners of those states that produce agriculture. So now that you have gone to us and now, you can say, which is, we don't have any benefit to do. We need restructuring, that's what we need.
Yeah.
We need restructuring.
Okay.
It is only restructuring that can bring us to others. Because our politicians are not working. They are not working at all. They are not encouraging. What they are just planning, but I think it's not working. So that is my contribution.
Okay.
That's my contribution. We need to restructure in this country. Thank you.
Thank you. So basically, the politicians should be part of the process calling for restructuring. They should be. And that's what we have been driving. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes. My name is
Please, I can't hear you. Nobody can hear you. You have to speak into your phone.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. What I'm saying is that this is structuring of the state. My name is Christian, by the way. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. I said my name is Christian. I'm calling in from Port Harcourt.
Go ahead.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is that this is structuring of the state. I think it's what the former Islam region, what is his name, Ojukwu was trying to do then when they went for Aguri rather. So I don't think this continent, they will never, ever come in agreement to that culture because it favors them and they are the ones claiming that they have more population than us, which is Southerners. Because during the time of Ojukwu time, they were trying to make this thing, this restructuring of the thing, each region to take this region to get their own resources by themselves. But the Northerners and the Westerners, they kick against that restructuring. That was one of the things that led to the war. So I don't think whether it will ever happen. Because this is the point that we have to pay. Because one of these states here in the south, they sabotage the implementation of this accord. So I don't think whether it will ever happen. And again, let me say, you see Nigeria and this our south will be one of the poorest region ever in African history in the next 30 years to come. Because what I'm saying is that look at this the cleanup of Cocoa. They say it will take 30 years. What assurance are they giving us that within that 30 years the value of this fossil fuel will be relevant in those days to come? So I don't see anything. Just like coal. There was a time that coal was in vogue.
All right, I think, hold on. I've allowed you, I listened to you intently, and I know why I listened to you intently. Don't go into coal and all those things. From your voice, I know that you're a young person. And from your voice, I also know that you were born after 1970. That's why I allowed you to go on. And that's the problem. That the young people have. because some of the things that you have said is historical, and some of the way you have presented it is not exactly factual, but that's not your fault. That's because we have no historic reference. There is no information on the war in our schools. No, wait, because we're discussing restructuring. What I'm saying and what we are saying and should be saying, let us hold on to restructuring as the demand that we're making now. We shouldn't say that they will not agree. You can never say never. You can never say if you're saying they will not agree, what is the alternative that you're suggesting? I know the alternative that you're suggesting, but you cannot move from they will not agree to saying what you are intending to say. No, we must do things by step. We have come this far. Our people have made mistakes, and we're dealing with people that have a better grip and hold on how to use political power, and they have mastered it. The constitution that we have in Nigeria today, the 1999 constitution, is a fake and false document. We have to bring that down. So what I'm saying, so let us first of all agree that it depends on where you are. The Middle Belt have a different focus of how they want to be free and how they want to govern themselves. The Yorubas have a different focus. The Igbo people have a different focus. The Niger Delta people have a different focus. There was Eastern region. Today, we don't have Eastern region. What we have is Southwest, South, and Southeast. Some people don't want to accept that, but that's the reality. That is what we're working with, because that's what the Constitution is. No. I've heard what you're saying. Maybe you can call in next week again. But I'm just trying to say to you, I want to stay within the issue of restructuring, discussing restructuring and how we're going to go about restructuring. When people close their mind to... Hello?
Good morning to you, Amazon.
Good morning, my brother. How you doing?
Well, I did it. Happy Workers' Day. The people will get work.
Oh, happy, my brother. We all, by God's grace, we all get work.
Happy Wednesday to people like us.
Go ahead.
For me, I think for starters, who becomes the head of state is also important when we talk restructuring there. Atiku Abubakar used that during his campaign.
Yes.
And that is why some of us support him.
Yes.
So it should be tied down to it, because restructuring is politics, and what is politics all about? So who becomes the head of state is important. As far as I'm concerned, until the case is determined,
yes.
I mean the presidential election, that is when I will know that indeed I don't wash my hands come on for that one.
Yes.
Under the issue of somebody telling me that it will never happen.
Yes.
I don't know about Czechoslovakia before now, but they negotiated a way themselves. Today you have the Czechs, you have the Slovaks. It was done peacefully, and they are still living peacefully. So restructuring, like you said, is not that we are going to break up. No, we want a situation where the issues like the Land Use Act should not be in existence. There is no way the federal government should own a land that my great-grandfather, whoever, owned while alive.
Yes, which you have inherited.
These are the issues here.
Which you have inherited.
Restructuring, it goes beyond just today.
Yes.
And restructuring is not just for the Niger Delta. I think even they themselves know that restructuring will also favor them. So as far as I'm concerned, yes, they have the numbers, and like you said, they have a greed, political greed.
Yes.
But there is always a way.
Yes.
So when you fight too strong, is that you look for oil or greed to take rubber so that you feel loose. And that is why we from this side of the divide should look for a way to
negotiation. Exactly. Exactly.
And I believe we can achieve it because it's good.
Yes.
I know they have the numbers. But do you know that with your little number,
Yes.
you can alter issues in that house? There's no two ways. The most important thing is that we from this side of the divide will have should have one agenda.
Exactly.
One interest.
That is it.
That is the most important thing.
That is it. And it must be restructuring for now.
Exactly.
It's restructuring. We have no other thing to discuss with anybody except to restructure Nigeria, because it is from restructuring that we're going to come back alive. So any other thing, yes, so any other thing for me is not it at all. And that's why our politicians must be on board with us. We must twist if it means to twist their hand, we must twist their hand. They must hear what we are saying. And that's why I'm saying it's not an issue of them making up with anybody. Two people are fighting, is their fight. How it affects me is what I'm interested in. Is what I'm interested in.
Why they make up? It's a good thing to make up. But I always tell people that even when you forgive your enemy,
yes,
don't forget their name.
Yes, so.
Very important.
And don't give them don't give them the same opportunity, to become your enemy again.
Of course.
And
in politics it is possible.
Of course it's possible.
Become enemies.
Again.
To our own detriment.
Yes. Again and again, they move from party to party. That's why I have no respect for political parties, because if you move from party to party, what are you? I mean, for me, I don't. It's of no regard. Yeah.
Do we really have political parties in this country?
That is the point.
Our political parties, they structure vis-a-vis what we have in the UK and even in the US. So, as far as what we have is just names of political parties. Most of them, look at their constitution, if they do have. It's almost the same thing. But the tells you, I'll give you free this, free that. But it tells you, it's no ideology. It's distinct ideology for you to know that this is a center party, this is a leftist party.
Exactly. Exactly, and also let us round up with this. The mere fact that political parties majorly zone the presidential position because there is a silent agreement on zoning. How do you, as a political party, party A zone it to South, party B zone it to South, party C zone it to South? So where are the options? So anybody is okay as long as it's from that place. So that's why we're going around in this rigmarole. Anyway, my brother, have a nice restful Wednesday. Thank you so much. God bless you. I love you. Well, thank you. It's 11 o'clock on the button. I hope that we got something out of this. Have a wonderful day, and God bless you. Bye-bye. You people now.